Oh, it's dun 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 dun. Boom. Yeah, good stuff. I like that tune.
Me
Even the
too.
30-second countdown tune is growing on me. I think I'm going to
It
write
is
lyrics
growing
for
on
it.
me.
I might write lyrics
Yeah.
for it. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to the Loco Sports Lowdown Monday night edition. I'm a little loopy. It's been a long month.
Join the club, dude.
But yeah, there was the 2 days in the bowels of the Florence Center,
Oh, yeah.
occasionally emerging into the chaos of the floor. And then there was 1 day of R&R yesterday, and then it was back to school, and then a softball scrimmage after school with Hilton Head Prep, and that. Man, people just don't appreciate the amount of work that goes into being a high school coach. I mean,
Yeah,
like
dude, seriously.
down to like when and how are we going to hand out the uniforms before the first game?
Right.
How are we going to handle collecting them and washing them? Are we going to send them home? Or are we going to collect them up and wash them ourselves? The answer is collect them up and wash them yourselves, unless you just want them to disappear, because it will happen. They will not bring them back on the day they're supposed to bring them back. But anyway, getting the water buckets, putting the equipment in and out, and I mean, it's just it's a whole rigmarole.
You got some nice Nike jerseys too. You don't want to get those. You don't want to lose those ones, man.
No. Absolutely. So anyway, that's where we are tonight. It's going to be a little bit of a chaotic festival here as I try to power through the last hour of my long day. But we do have a lot of high school basketball to talk about, a lot of playoff basketball. And as a matter of fact, while I'm rambling, you could be reading the scores, and we could just spoil this whole thing because we have all the scores rounded up tonight. One of the beauties of playoff basketball is that they are able to play it a little earlier in many cases, and we're able to get these scores without waiting late into the night. So we're able to round all of them up tonight, and we got some big ones. Not a great night for the Loco on the high school league side, but a couple of nice surprises on the Skeeza side. So we'll get into that, and that'll be the primary mode of discussion tonight. We'll probably take a look at the Peach Belt Conference standings as well, and talk about the implications for USCB going into this week. But it'll mostly be high school basketball, presented by Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV, our all-star sponsors. Mickelson's our original sponsor, a founding sponsor, if you will. Been with us since the beginning, and they're our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. And they are everything to a lot of people. If you need anything in the legal realm, Mickelson Law Firm can help you out, especially with those real estate closing deals. And then WHHI TV, what an asset to our community, our partner in local sports, and our co-custodian of Marcus Walsh, always here on the Loco Sports Lowdown. But we know where your heart is. You're a WHHI guy through and through. See, there it is, right there at the bottom. But no, we appreciate you guys and all you do for our community and for local sports. So anyway, boys, scores. I said it was a rough night for the Skeeza high school league. We're down to just one. Bluffton's carrying the flag now. South Florence takes out Beaufort 47-37, and Mullins takes out Hampton County 82-71. And we got the highlights from Beaufort's own that we can check out from the Beaufort game. I know you guys were probably kind of tuned into it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really get to tune into it.
I was not able to tune in.
It was a pretty tight game going into the fourth quarter, and South Florence started to get a little hot and kind of pulled away, and kind of got to a lead where it was going to be tough for Beaufort to come back, especially against that South Florence team. So, despite that, I mean, they fought hard. This is a very solid South Florence team, clearly the number 2 seed in lower states, going up against a 3 seed. I think Beaufort gave it everything they had. It was just, South Florence just had a little bit better.
It was a 3-point game, I believe, right at the end of the third quarter, heading to the fourth, and then South Florence was able to hit a couple of threes, and Beaufort just couldn't find the response. They missed a couple of, I'm going to say easy layups, but layups that they should make, especially in a third-round playoff game. And it hurts when you're not able to convert on those easy attempts, and that's the difference in a lot of these ball games. And terrific season. Terrific season for the Beaufort Eagles, no doubt about that. But you would have liked to seen maybe a bit better execution in the fourth quarter late, but man, once again, South Florida is a great team. There's no shame in falling just short against this Bruins side. So I mean, I'm really impressed by. Of course, Hayward had a tremendous year, but so many others. LeBoard came up big throughout. They have some terrific talent that I think is going to be right back there coming up next year, and it's much just like read to Reggie Jones and how he built that team and the players that stepped up for them this year. So you have to be very proud and excited of what's to come over there at Beaufort. This has been the best Beaufort girls basketball team in a long while. Just through what they've gotten, but even so, it's just they had an opportunity against the South Florence team. If maybe they could have hit a couple more shots in that fourth quarter and things would have gone the other way, but you have to be heading back pretty happy and proud about how you guys played this year and how you competed tonight.
I got to see them a couple times this year, and the teamwork, the ability to, in crucial moments, let the stars shine. Of course, Amira Brown and Hayward were two of them for sure. I was really impressed with the fact that they were all able to buy in. And like you said, Wes, I mean, this team has had its ups and downs over the last several years. I mean, I think back to those Layla Warren teams.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, those were great teams as well that I had a chance to call several of their games over those years.
It's their best team since Layla.
Yes, this team was definitely different, and I hope that they continue to just feed into that spark and remember what they were able to do this year, even with falling a little bit short. Just a tremendous year by these young women, and definitely big things on the rise. And shout out to Coach Reggie Jones and that entire coaching staff, and certainly what's done from the top down with Beaufort Athletics, but especially with these girls this year. Just tremendous stuff out of the north of the Broad.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, they built this team from the ground up, and they've really built a solid program, not just at the varsity level, but going into the JV level as well. They've had some good teams as well over the last couple of years. So they've put this team together in the best possible way. I think, a little more time with these girls into next season. I think this is going to be a very special Beaufort team. And, a 10-point game against what is a very solid South Florence team. It hurts a little bit, but also you got to be proud of what you did against South Florence and knowing that you're going to have a good bit of your core back for next season. And I think they have a really good shot of going deeper next year.
Man, a lot of unforced errors in here. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you hate to see, especially when you had a chance. You were, like I said, you were down 3 points or late in that.
Look at that passing! Really holy moly!
That's a good look.
Beautiful.
But there were some turnovers late in that first half where kind of let the lead get bigger than it needed to. And then it also just seems like South Florence shot the lights out. I mean, they hit a ton of threes in that first half. Anyway, I'm like watching the condensed game here as we talk about it. But just kind of seeing how it unfolded. But like you said, I mean, there's a lot. Most of the most important pieces are back, and so you'll have to fill in some roles and supplement with some people. But you got your all-state point guard back, and that's the most important thing. And Jania Hayward is, the one who makes it go. Oh my, that's crazy. There's not many people who can stay with her in transition. That's a great. By the way, at South Florence, I spent 2 days in there for the girls' state qualifier, and it's a really nice gym.
Yeah, pretty much so.
They also have like 5 or 6 really nice wrestling mats. I'm impressed with their investment in wrestling.
That's a top of the line 4A school right there.
Yeah,
sure is. Former Bluffton AD Cody Slaughter is the man up there.
What a beautiful court. I love that massive mascot right in the middle of the court. That's beautiful.
I was going to say, that's the biggest bear I've ever seen.
It's real nice. It's
say,
real
don't poke the bear.
And that's a Bruin, just a baby.
That's scary.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess are Bruins babies, or are they a certain
know.
kind of bear?
I'm not.
I thought Bruins were like Cubs, but I could.
I
be
think
wrong.
Yeah, they're
no.
the variety.
I think they're
Oh, are
maybe
they a
It
varietal
would be weird. It
bear?
would be weird to
The
think
Bruin is a
UCLA's
traditional
mascot is a baby
term
bear.
for a bear. It's a
yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of like I think of like a grizzly
Yeah,
myself.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't look like a baby bear. It looks like a real,
No. Looks
Real
like the
and-
real thing.
Kind of
real
Yeah,
angry
it's
bear.
just a bear.
Yeah.
Historically, it refers to a brown bear.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! What a
Bruin
mess.
bear. Bruin. Learn something
go.
every day.
But I mean, look, a 5-point game at the end of the third is. I mean, it was really
Yeah.
solid. He
Oh
was
yeah, I mean
top.
it's anybody's game.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
And it just South Florence
Kind of unraveled here.
took it
Yeah,
tonight. Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
boy, she
Yeah.
can shoot.
I mean,
I don't know who that is, but she can shoot.
well, they got the Harmony Bostic girl, who's
That might be it.
their big star, but somebody called Hannah too.
Oh,
Yeah, they're pretty lethal. I mean, when they force a turnover, they're going to score it.
Yep.
Buford, I mean, they play the same game more or less. Shooters and layups, spot ups and layups.
yep.
That's the game. I mean, at this level, spot up, boom.
Ooh,
Man, they were cooking from three. I don't know. I'd love to see the stats on this game.
yeah.
Yeah,
See
me too.
What South Florence shot from three, because just off the top of my
Yeah.
head, it feels like they've made 10 of them. And they've only got 41 points.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I keep seeing Kevin Libby absolutely cooking in the comments, man.
Oh, you know what? I can't even see the comments right now because I'm in
I can't either.
You gotta see them. It's so funny.
I'm in full screen mode, so
Hold
I
on.
can't see the comments right now.
What's the best type of bear?
bear? Oh Lord,
Brown bear.
brown bear, Bruin bear. Yeah, we got there.
Good
eventually.
office.
We
good
did get
office
there,
quote
Kev.
Right there.
We got there,
What is
neighbor.
my favorite
Bears
kind of bear?
Beats Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
He's too good,
Oh,
man.
yeah, he went there. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he went there.
Bears
He never misses a
Battlestar
drink.
Galactica.
Can't
There we go.
not.
Yeah,
Bears
Bostic. That's Bostic right
Bears
there. She's
Beats.
Bostic
That's
all
got
drink of
herself
water.
tonight, especially late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
it's all drink of water, dude. She's a really good player.
It was indeed.
Oh god.
But yeah, heck of a run. You know, they challenged
Look, they-
themselves
They
early.
kept
I think
fighting here. They
that
kept
the
fighting.
Region didn't do them any favors this year because they just didn't really get tested that
And that's
much.
the downside because you thought Bishop England would give them a little bit of a fight, knowing what Bishop England has had.
Well,
over the
yeah, and
last
then
few years.
you know, I don't think it helped that they had to play Bishop England again in the playoffs either.
Yeah, no,
because,
that didn't help.
you know, like it just when you diversify who you've played, your opponents, you know, like you learn more about your team, and when you play the
Yep.
same team 3 times, like you know how
Pretty
much
much know what you are and what you got.
yeah,
do.
what did they really get out of that beating them
Yeah.
a third time? So I don't think that helped them either. But they also ran into a team that I think was better than them. Like I think they just hit a better team, and that's going to happen at some point. And you hope you can pull off the upset, especially on the road. It's tough to do.
I mean, they
But
fought.
a heck of a run, and
Definitely
a lot
fought.
of them back to next year.
Yeah.
So Hampton boys were rolling in the first half.
Yeah,
They got
Sure
up by
were.
like
So,
Tale
they got
of
up
two
like
halves.
10, I think.
there.
Well, right at the end of the first half, the Mullins started going on a run. Crowd started getting wild. Seemed like the refs kind of got caught up in it, and like some calls started going
I hate when that
the-
happens. But
against a little bit of home cooking where the crowd influences it a little bit, and they kind of get caught up in it, and it started to kind of snowball. And then coming out of the break, it was more the same, and then they were
yeah,
down
just
20.
absolute
And they fought back and lost 82-71. But yeah, I mean, that's why you want that home court advantage, because you get into the playoffs and you go, to this little country town, especially in 1A and 2A, man. You go to this little country town where everybody's all in on the auctioneers, as it may be in Mullins, and the officials are from that area. They've ref that team before. They know the coaches, they know the players, and they're human. And so, and they know a lot of people in the stands, and they're human. And sometimes some calls go against you, and it's part of the deal.
Yeah, and I get that. I wonder why not? I know how difficult it could be. Obviously, we know what
there aren't enough refs
with refs and stuff like that are, being short staffed and whatnot, among all levels. Trust me, I know. I've seen it at the youth level too.
You also got to pay them their mileage to come to.
Correct, and that makes it even more difficult to do that. I'm not saying that the refs didn't do a good job tonight. I think they did an okay job.
Well, I mean, I think the Hampton fans would tell you exactly that. They were not pleased at all. They felt like it really went against them.
And if I was a member of Hampton County, if I had a student there, if I had a player, I wouldn't be happy either with how it went. But you can't hate on the fact that it is what it is. The rest you're going to get when you're in Mullins.
Yeah, well, and it is what it is, and that's why you want to be at home. I mean, it's just part of the deal. And you could argue whether they should be playing at neutral sites at this point.
I like the RPI determining the seeds. I
do too.
The Magic H determining who gets the.
No. I totally
agreed.
I absolutely love it.
But then this was a Magic H situation.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly.
Let's look at that. That's a good proposition. The good old boy system. You ain't kidding. It's a good old boy situation. It sure is. Ain't no doubt about it. Well, you know what? All's fair, because Mullins was 3 and Hampton was 4 in the RPI.
Sure.
So
that's fair.
Yep.
Oh wait, but that updated tonight. Does that include tonight's games?
I would think it probably updates in the. Well, I think Max
says it updated tonight at 8:55 p.m. Last updated.
Oh wow! I didn't know that would update real time. I had no idea it would update real time. I thought it would update like.
I don't even know why it's still running after its usefulness is.
Well, probably. I mean, I guess the.
Oh yeah, no, it looks like it cut off though.
So
the records are still the same as they were going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Had Hampton County won, would they have had a home game the next round?
No, I think. Well, I mean, I would assume it'd be
it's a good question.
Unless there's an upset, because if they're playing a 1 seed, they would be on the road again. Last time I checked. 2A basketball, 2A, 3A, and 1A. It's it's the old H system. Yeah, the H system.
The antiquated.
Yes, because Philip Simmons or Central. Well, actually, if Central won, they would have hosted. I'm not sure who won that game, but yeah.
Oh, Philip Simmons won.
Yeah, so they would have had to go to Philip Simmons, I believe. Yeah,
they would have had to go to
Philip Simmons. Will host Mullins.
Yep. Yep, because they have the Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Lucky dogs with the Magic H. So yeah, Hampton, tough way to go for them, and they had some really good seniors on that squad that you wanted to see them make a little deeper run this year, but it is what it
let's
is.
Get to the Elite
They've
Eight.
had some Donniebrooks with Mullins in the playoffs. I remember some others. In fact, I think they got him last year. But let's see. I was going to look at Hampton's roster and look at the seniors. Of course, Jalen Singletary, football, the main sport, but also Hooper, Desmond Mathis, Darius Brooks is a big time guy. Darius was an all-state guy. Terrell Grant, Tyler Davis, Jaquan Solomon. Solomon and and Brooks are both All-State guys, so they're going to graduate a good bit.
don't think
I know they have some good young players they really like, especially Marlon Atkins, who did a lot for them this year. But it'll be a little bit of a changing of guard next year over there.
Yes, much different team, but still, I mean, I think that the nucleus is still going to be strong, and I think they're going to be competitive. But yeah, they're going to have to reload starting next year. Forward to seeing how it goes, but yeah, end of an era, at least this era of Hampton County.
Yeah.
A couple of guys who have been there through the start of this
Yeah.
program, or at least once Estill and Wade Hampton became Hampton. It's been a few years now, so
Mhm.
we're seeing the first class move on, and now it's up to the next one to keep it going. It's the
Yeah, man.
exciting part. They have a good JV system from what I've seen. They've got some
Yeah.
athletes coming.
Oh yeah, they got hoopers coming. They'll never run out of hoopers in Hampton County. There's always going to be kids who can play. Just got to train them up and make them into a team. And Coach James has done a great job of that over there, following Ramon Gray's lead. But over on the Skeeza side, we had a little more luck tonight, boys. The JP2 boys will have to sound the bell for them. The bell tolls for them. Heathwood Hall got them 65-46. So certainly, they had a good season, and I think had definitely reasonable expectations of maybe going a little bit deeper, but just ran into a buzzsaw there. No shame in that. Also in the second round, though, JP2 girls with a bit of a stunner. Not that they beat Hammond necessarily, but they beat them 49-30. Really neutralized them defensively is very impressive. So they advance on, and we'll see who they play next. But Hilton Head Prep girls are still in it. They beat Christian 39-37, and I have some stats from that one.
That's a shocker.
I tell you what, and I referred to this back on Saturday. When I saw them last Tuesday against Palmetto Christian, that game is turning out to be, the real fire for this team.
The last time Hilton Head Prep
going
has
into
made
this
well, actually,
playoffs.
they made it, I think, a couple of years ago. But I feel like they were in there once
How
recently.
deep did they go last year with Courtney?
Because I think they may have gotten to the semifinals a year ago or a couple of years ago.
I think it was the semifinals last
year. So they did get there last year. I'm pretty sure when Courtney was there.
Yeah, because Courtney was on
there.
there.
USCB, and
it was Courtney's senior year. It was definitely Courtney's.
That's a really impressive win over Greenwood.
Oh, yeah, man. That is
exciting. Oh, looky here. I got something for you, boys. So Kate Pagan had 23 in that one of the how many? 39
of the 39. Wow.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
Impressive.
She's having quite a year. Remember, she's an 8th grader.
Yeah.
And one of the original One Loco
yeah,
kids.
Baby.
Aaron Cleary also had 7, and then it was Victoria Hawkins though who hit the game winner, and we've got video from the Instagram story, of course. Victoria Hawkins, baseline runner, it goes in.
My goodness.
And Bay River Lacrosse beats Calvary Day 5-4.
There you go.
Back to girls basketball. I'm quite impressed by what this Hilton Head Prep team is doing.
Yeah.
You get some younger players, but also some girls who've been there for a while are really starting to find their own, and it's been great to see. They will get Florence Christian on Thursday at 3:30 in Sumter.
Tough matchup. I'm impressed by Prep, but I think I'm a little more impressed with JP2 with how they played against Hammond. If I'm being honest, because I just think now we've seen JP2 has probably been one of the best girls teams outside of Beaufort this entire season in our area.
All year,
the best outside of Beaufort, in my opinion.
Yeah, I said all year, don't sleep on that team.
I agree with Justin. I think it's the way they handled Hammond. I mean, they pretty much shut him down defensively the entire game. So it's really impressive, and it gives you a great sign and hope for whoever they play next, which I'm sure is going to be quite the challenge. I'm sure it's like a Columbia area school or a Florence school or something like that.
Either Lawrence Manning or Northwood. It'll probably be Northwood Academy.
And we've
Is,
seen that from this team much of the year, just the
Northwood's only
intensity.
lost like one
You
game
know,
this year.
I
Yeah,
certainly mentioned the
Northwood's
fact that
strong.
Dom Jones came back and whatnot. I mean, this is a team that plays under that moniker of team, and Karen Floyd has done outstanding
Great
work
coach.
in now. This will be her 11th season with the
Wow.
team when this season ends for her. Unreal,
Fantastic.
incredible.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
like Weston mentioned, if it is Northwood, which it probably is, being with how strong that Northwood team is,
I'm certain it is.
I'm pretty sure it is. That's going to be a tough battle for JP2. They're going to have to play their A++ game if they want to get through Northwood. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Northwood's only lost 1 or 2 games this year. And
Well,
they've played some pretty tough opponents.
Yeah, they beat Lawrence Manning 73-49 tonight. By the way, Florence Christian's 21-2.
Boy.
Northwood is indeed 27-1.
Ooh.
Holy mother of
Yeah,
God.
lost against-
Yeah, the lone loss came 71-61 to the Bulldogs out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, that's a very good. That's a
Who
very
are
good.
24-4 and ranked 11th in Florida.
That's a powerhouse school. and pretty
Wow.
much every
Yeah,
sport,
okay. Okay. Well, tough task for the Golden Warriors. That is.
I had a friend from college who went to the Bulls
That is
school.
a
They
big
did play.
right there.
They did play back in November at JP2, I believe, and
Northwood.
it was 73-45 Northwood in that.
That was in November, I think. GP2.
November.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that.
I do remember that happening.
Long time ago.
That is a long time ago. God, it does feel like forever. Yeah, that's gonna be
I'm
tough.
with you. I'm with you, Wes. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, and I think that
it's a long time ago, but still, that's gonna be a
really,
tough match.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen in one contest between those two teams, but it's gonna have to take a lot to happen right for JP2 to win that one. Northwood's looking like a real powerhouse in he's a 4A this year, but just to get to this point is quite the accomplishment for what we have seen this year with the Golden Warriors. And it's try to put your best foot forward and see if you can hang in there for as long as you can. And if you're hanging around the third, fourth quarter, you got a shot.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
Especially by the way they play defense. If they can come up with some stops and
they can stifle teams.
Yeah. I mean, Northwood, they've got a tremendous group, but they can rattle them for a bit. You never know, or at least make them uncomfortable to force some misses. I mean, you just gotta find a way to shorten the game and take longer possessions. See what you can do.
That's right.
Or you can. I don't know if teams still do the route where they hold the ball for 8 minutes, but
I mean, there is no shot clock.
Saw
you
Bluffton
could try
do
it.
in about the final minute on the boys' side on Saturday night.
I saw Sean Rochester liked our feed tonight, friend of the show, and he
Bishop coach, football's going well up north.
He, of course, you remember, tried to stall out that last game of the regular season against Colleton County because he needed some kind of wacky scenario was the only way they could get in a tiebreaker situation. So they ran like whole quarters off, and I think
I remember that game. I remember that game.
Didn't it end up like 8-2 or something crazy like that?
Like that. It was very low scoring, but it
was insane. It was absolutely insane and hilarious.
But then, if you remember, I think was Lawrence Manning did that to Hillhead Prep on a playoff game a couple years ago, where I think something similar happened, and they held the ball for like a full quarter or something, and then Prep won it, but it was like they scored like 10, 12 points or something. It was wild.
Yeah, something insane like that. I love when weird stuff like that happens, though. But hey, we still have one other team still in the hunt too. Carleton Prep boys, the
Nice.
under the radar Carleton Prep boys, still in there because they got a first round bye. They play tomorrow 5 o'clock at the Sumter Civic Center against Greenwood Christian. So we'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see if they can keep it going. I think they're probably.
They've
They
been
got to be
playing
the higher
great
seeded
basketball lately.
team
I would think.
They had the bye.
because
They would have to.
they had the
hire-
bye, right?
Yeah.
So, oh, here we go. We got brackets on the.
We
Max
do.
Prep.
They're on the website now. Yep.
Thank God.
Um,
Otherwise, I'd be looking
yeah.
for Facebook for it.
Greenwood beat Orangeburg Prep 70-67. Carleton Prep.
I like
Let's
this
see
game.
if they
I feel like they
they
played.
played OP.
Orangeburg
They
before.
beat OP by 15 and by 7.
Really?
Yeah. So it looks like Carleton should have the upper hand in that one.
Carleton Prep's
Carleton
3
Prep
in
boys.
basketball.
Correct.
Yep.
And they are 19-5.
Oof, really
Wow.
terrific
Not
year.
bad.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they've had a very good year. And most of their losses are to pretty good teams too. So
Yeah.
you
It's
know,
great
they
to
might
see.
make
Great
a
to
little
see.
run.
Yep.
They might
Yeah,
make a little
depends.
run.
Depends.
Oh, and then the other one, the Cross girls stayed alive tonight as well. 43-34 over Kings. Yeah.
Kings Academy.
That's right.
Mhm.
Kings Academy. I know they were down Ray Maldonado, who is a pretty important player for them.
Yeah.
Not sure why. Not sure if it's injury or what, or whether she'd be back for the next one. But the next one is Lawrence Academy, and Coach Fish, he scouted them tonight and said they look pretty solid. It'll be a good test for Cross. So we'll see if they can get through the semis. That might be the state championship game. That was who Fish was looking at all year, was that Lawrence, he thought was the team that Cross would have to beat to win it. And they get him in the semis. So we'll see if the Stingrays can get her done.
I just have to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but was it last year that they went through the coaching issues and
Yeah.
Yeah.
players,
And still
a
won
lot of
state,
players
yeah.
quit and
Still
whatnot.
won state.
Only
they
one
still-
player ended up leaving the team.
Only one, okay. They
Yeah.
still won state, and they're still
Yep.
doing what they're doing. This
Yep.
year, making a deep run into the playoffs. Kudos to everybody making it happen. I mean, I know there was a bunch of turmoil there, and
Yeah.
they have risen above it. Outstanding
Yeah,
stuff.
Jill Bernori took that program over, great Hilton Head Prep legend, and
Yes.
then she went on and played at Wake Forest, and she's back in the area, and she took it over this year and has kept it on the tracks, which it sounded like it was in danger of going off the track. So
Right.
Yeah, it
there's
really
a lot to
did.
be said for that. And but yeah, Fish, he's been keeping tabs on him because that's his girls.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, but they should be right in the thick of it. We'll see how they handle Lawrence on what's that? When they playing? What day is
It's got to be
this?
Wednesday or something like that.
26th, Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they get back at it on Thursday for the semifinals, and then I guess the
In the good
finals are
old
Saturday.
Civic Center.
That's right.
Yes.
You might catch a rodeo there one week and the Skiza finals the next.
My least
Um,
favorite place on earth. I hate
Yeah.
the Sumter Civic Center.
No,
I'm sorry to say that,
I love it
but
because
hate it.
the reason I love it is because I have some good memories watching some state
Yeah.
championships
Oh, I have,
there.
I
It's a
have
weird
great memories
place, though.
there. Don't get me wrong, Wes. I have great memories. I've saw Hilton Christian win a couple state titles there, but I still hate the place. It's just it's I
It
don't know
does.
something about it.
It gives Monster Truck Rally. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man, that's exactly right.
It's
That's
giving
exactly
rodeo
right.
grounds.
Yeah.
But at least they brought in a real
Sunday,
court now.
Sunday.
Hey,
A
who
few years
knows?
back, they had like a rubbery court. A few years
Hey,
back.
who knows?
I'm
Though,
an old
maybe,
man. It was like 20 years ago. They
hey,
had like a rubbery
who
court.
knows? Maybe Skis' state tournaments come to the future possibility of USCB's new arena. If that
I wouldn't
comes to
bet on
be.
it. Remember what Kevin said earlier about the good old boy system?
That's true.
Yeah.
It's alive and well in Skiza. Skiza invented the good old boy system.
Yes, they
you
did.
trying to get a look at that bottle? Is there something about this bottle we need to know?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
it's
thought you were
Gatorade.
moving it.
Good
I
stuff.
thought you were pushing it, like trying to get us to ask you about the.
It's
Oh,
got
oh my- About my
it's got
Gatorade, no.
it's got NJ's secret stuff in it.
Jeff Riley reporting 37 inches of snow in
Oh.
Providence, Rhode
Whoa.
Island,
Why'd you do that?
breaking the
Dang.
record from the
Oof.
blizzard of 78.
Wow.
He has
Jeez.
been
Wow.
hyped up about the blizzard coming to the Northeast. He checked in with me a
Jeff,
couple
man.
times today about
Jeff,
it.
I'm sorry to say this, Jeff, but I'm sick of the cold weather. It was such a
I'm
great
with you, Max.
weekend,
It
and then it dropped.
Yeah, it
50
got cold
degrees.
It
again
got
today.
colder than
Today.
it needed to today.
It dropped 50 degrees in the span
least
of
the
2
sun-
days, guys.
At least
I'm
the
sick of it.
sunshine was out today. And
Yes.
at
That
times
did
the
not
wind
help
wasn't.
whatsoever.
Yeah, we're gonna have some cold weather baseball tomorrow, which is
Oh God! Do they play today? or did I
No, they
see-
play tomorrow. USCB baseball tomorrow against
Okay.
Erskine.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Erskine. We
Erskine.
told you about Erskine's men's basketball team that started the season with 55 players
54
rostered.
players, yeah.
Now down to 44, and they're 0-24.
That
Yep,
isn't.
the
Can you
Unbelievable.
imagine?
team
Can you
was,
imagine the bench on the side of the court? It's gonna be half the
Oh.
bleachers.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yep.
see how many baseball players are on their roster.
Baseball's 4-11.
Oh,
Although USCB has 52 players, I'm told.
on the
which
roster?
is- yeah. which
Got
is
a
a
decent
lot.
sized
Wow.
roster.
Yeah, but
Like we were
granted, not all
50
57
players or
go
so.
on the road or anything like that.
Yeah, you can't take everyone on the
52
road.
or whatever
You
it
leave
is.
Some people out, and but yeah, they got definitely over 50 or so. They got some players without numbers, so they probably have like a
Hey, I mean,
That's
Lewis is trying to build a system there, so
Yep.
you know,
Yeah,
having
they got
50 players ain't the worst thing on
they
playing.
got a ton of extra players on that, so they got around
Yeah.
probably on 60 total guys. But obviously they won't take 60.
65. 65.
Wow.
Counted
Oh
them.
my
Crazy.
golly!
65.
I'm sorry. I keep laughing at Kevin Libby, man. He's putting up some real funny stuff tonight.
Segregation Academy's Power Rangers.
Um,
He's roaring on a Monday. He must have had a really good day.
He
at
must have
I
had a
guess.
great day if
BCTV
he's
out and
doing all
about
this,
because
man.
Mondays are his longest day of the week, I believe.
Yeah, he must
He
have
is
had
Well,
a
he's
real
out and
good one
about,
today.
with the exception of last week. Maybe he was thinking about the beach all day today because he had last week off, obviously, and we hung out at the beach for a couple hours last
Yeah.
Monday after I got off work.
Nice.
Which
Nice.
it was nice.
Beaver
He's
County
probably
Council
just-
must have really gotten
He's
to him
probably
today.
just really happy that he lives here and not in Baskin.
And he's back.
Right,
He's
yeah.
back working in TV,
wanna
making
see
He must be
me,
real
making
glad
news
he's
and
living
He
here
sports.
and
reports
not
that
He loves it.
Providence.
he once lived in Providence. Of course he did. The Superman building in snow is cool. I walked the east side with the lab I adopted visiting my dad in Beaufort. How about that?
Nice.
6 degrees of Kevin Libby. And Jeff Riley or Jeff Riley, take your pick. We've connected
That's right.
Kevin and Jeff. So yeah, we're down to the dregs, boys. We got Bluffton boys tomorrow night against Wilson. No
what do we think of that one?
Are
Are we giving Bluffton a chance? We're giving Bluffton a chance.
Yeah,
I'm giving him a good
I
chance.
give him a chance, but very slim. I think
the only thing
compared-
going against them is the Loco's the only place where you don't get home cooking. You get home cooking on the road.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Here's my thing, because I've said this before. I think Marcus was there as well last year. Bluffton hosted Wilson Hall, second
Yep.
round of the playoffs last year.
Wilson.
Hall.
And they call
Wilson.
Wilson.
Wilson
Yeah.
High School.
They lost by
Wilson.
6.
Wilson.
So this is a rematch of the third round or second round playoff game from last year. They lost by
Yeah.
6, 50-44. So they get another shot of.
Exactly right. And
that
I
team
think
is-
kind of like
that
what
team
we
is
talked
a-
about earlier
Yeah.
with some of these teams, Bluffton, when they're at their best, they play team basketball and they get after it against anybody.
Mhm.
I give them, especially with what happened last year, I give them a real shot to be competitive, and I think they just might sneak it out.
Yeah, you can't sleep on the Harry factor. I mean,
No.
That man
he's
is
the X
hungry.
factor.
But
He
you
is
also
hungry
can't.
right now.
Here's the thing, though. Yes, you can't sleep on the Harry factor, but you also can't sleep on that Wilson team. I mean, they
Oh,
have probably
no.
two of the top 10 players
Yeah, we're not.
in high school basketball in South Carolina right now.
Oh, they're incredible.
Yeah. They're an incredible team, very difficult to beat. Bluffton's got to be on their best A game. Yeah, they got to
question.
be in their best
Yeah.
behavior against this team,
No
or else
doubt.
it's gonna bite them. But
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to find a way
I think
to slow down
me-
Leonard, obviously.
yeah, I think for me, I like Bluffton's chances a lot more this year than I did last
Yeah.
year. I don't
I
know
Salute,
why,
Wes.
but I keep going back to that 10-point game from Hilton Head on the road at Wilson.
Yeah,
I keep
right.
going back to that and thinking if Hilton Head can keep within the 10-point game, I have a bit of hope for Bluffton
Yeah.
in this one. So
all do.
I think Bluffton matches up with Wilson. So I think that helps them a little bit. So
Nice.
it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, I kind of. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like you look at how the Hilton Head game went, and I think it really all comes down to whether Bluffton's able to hit enough shots from the outside, because they're a team that likes to shoot from deep. You got Harry Skinner, you got a couple others who have been very efficient out there.
Bless you.
Salute.
You gotta slow down Leonard.
Yeah,
He had 24 and 14 against Hilton
yes.
Head.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty tough to
like I
stop.
said, different matchup, different kind of group of players on both those teams. But I do have a feeling that this Bluffton team, they I'm not so sure if they have the depth. Excuse me, my goodness.
Salute.
Cold weather's getting to
Hey,
you,
brother,
man.
I've been there. I'm
I have
a
been there, too.
sneeze factory.
I'll say
Um,
this because I agree with Wes on this one. I think for me, I look at this game and I just say, yes, I agree with Wes. I don't know if Bluffton has the depth that Wilson does, but I also think
I think
Bluffton.
Wilson
Yeah, I
Wilson
think
does a high end town as well, so they
yeah,
really get to do a good job to match a Wilson offense that has been able to score in bunches this year. And I think it'll be a good game.
Salute.
I think it'll be a good game.
It's gonna be something.
oh, poor Wes.
I love
I
I love
agree
it.
because I think the thing for me compared to last year, because I think Bluffton had a very talented team last year, obviously with Aiden, Carnell, Brandon, and of course Harry on the team. I think this year, I think they're much better at playing as a team for me than they were last year. Because I think that was one of their biggest issues. And it came to what really showed it to me was when they played at Prep last year. And I was there for that game. Wes was there for the game. We watched Bluffton struggle to keep up with Prep. Hilton Head
Yeah.
Prep, which, by the way, that was a great Hilton Head Prep team. But you saw the talent that Bluffton had and thought, I think their talent can outmatch Hilton Head Prep, and it didn't in that game. And it was because Prep played better as a team overall than Bluffton did. I think this year it's different. I think the talent is not what it was last year with Carnell, with Brandon, with Aiden. I think the difference this year is Harry's had to lead a team who plays better
Mhm.
as a team
Yeah,
than they did last season. And I think
yeah.
that could be the
They
difference
play
in the game.
through him more.
Yeah.
He has
They
been a
play
lot
through
better
him
just as
more,
a
but they
leader.
also, I think they also have players who are there that can make a difference in the game alongside Harry. And I think for me,
Absolutely.
that is the key, I think, and why I think it's a different looking Bluffton team this year. But I think it's also the factor in why I think Bluffton can win this game.
Yeah, and I think you're onto something there, and I'll take it a little further. I think what
Absolutely.
really happened more this year than last year is that everybody bought into their roles, and everybody
Yeah.
understood that they
Yes.
had to play through Harry. That was the only way. They had to play through Harry because when they play through Harry, everybody gets better. And so because
Correct.
he makes passes, he
the ultimate
creates
leader.
opportunities. And then once everybody kind of bought in, you saw Foster really start to flourish because now he's getting
Yes.
open looks from
And-
three because
and Luke
Harry
Cairns,
creates
too.
space and he
Because they
kicks
move the
out.
ball around
And then
better.
dude, Cairns is playing with a whole different
Oh.
level of confidence now than he was early in the season. I mean, he
No
was just hitting
question.
pull-up jumpers the other night. Like, he looked like a veteran guard out there. And then
Yeah.
you got guys like Malcolm and Zay,
Isaiah.
who
Yeah.
just they're just work pale guys, like they don't care about the stats. They're gonna go make hustle plays and try to keep you in the game, do their part. And so I just think it's all chemistry. I think it's all chemistry this year, and I think it's all understanding what is the best way for us to be successful, regardless of you and what you get out of it. The best way for us to be successful is to run through Harry, and he will make everybody better. He will reward everyone if we do it right. And you've seen them buy into that as the years gone along, and they've gotten better and better and better. And I actually think as like jaw-dropping as it was at the time, I think Carnell and Aiden leaving is the best thing that could have happened for this team.
I agree.
Honestly,
because
I
they're
agree.
It's hard when you have
they had
so many
bigger
guys
things
who
on the
rock.
horizon, and these guys
Well,
don't.
it's
Like,
just
this is it for
the
them right now.
chemistry between these some players, and you have guys who want their share of the basketball. It just doesn't flow as well with different
Right. Well,
guys
Carnell's
and-
game's ISO,
right.
and that runs counter to running through Harry. So
Yeah.
it's like putting James Harden and Kyrie Irving on the same team or something. Like, it just doesn't make
Which
sense.
has happened before.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
So,
It doesn't make
it's
sense.
to basically.
If you
two
got
ISO
James
players.
Harden, you don't need a point guard because he's
Right.
gonna
No,
ISO every
no.
time.
but I think we are all on the same page here. Is that I think this Bluffton team, Kevin Lemons posting in the comments right now, and he's absolutely right. I do believe in chemistry. I think chemistry is the biggest, most important thing to make a team successful. Is that you got to be
Yep.
able to play with each other and play well with each other. And I think this Bluffton team has shown it ever since that loss to May River at the Battery Creek Classic. Ever since then, they have started to grow and learn how to play with each other. And I just think it is the main reason why they went undefeated in region plays, because they are probably the best team in terms of chemistry that we saw in the region. I mean, I think May River was very good, but I think chemistry wise, Bluffton just had it more than May River did. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Bluffton really kind of took down pretty much everyone with ease at some points, So I think it shows. And I just think going into this game, I think the chemistry is going to be, for me, the main factor of why I think this Bluffton team can beat Wilson, despite what Wilson has in terms of talent. And I think it's kind of the factor from last season. I think both teams had talent, but I think Wilson was the better team chemistry wise than Bluffton was, and kind of the main reason Bluffton lost that game last year. I think it's different this year, and I think Bluffton can get the job done.
Will not be easy. They'll
won't.
definitely have to game plan for Leonard and have something to at least try to limit him, because he's a handful.
He is.
But they're going to give them their all. I do believe that. I know they'll leave it all out there. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
That
No
team is
question
going to leave it
about
all
that.
out there, and whether it's enough to get it done, we'll see. But they're going to leave it all out there. There was some question about whether star Jaslyn McMillan played for Hammond tonight against JP2, because she's a stud, I guess. But we don't know that. But we do have some details now. JP2 with the 49-30 win over Hammond. They were down 11-6 after one and 13-11 at halftime. Extremely low scoring.
Interesting. Yeah.
There might have been some slowdown game in there. I don't know. Evelyn Melnick was the player of the game. She ignited the turnaround with her defensive pressure. So they dominated the second half.
And I have to tell you about her. I mean, she is definitely an under the radar stud.
Yeah.
When we called their matchup against HHCA, we talked to her after the game, because she had a tremendous night that night too a few weeks ago. She has a great game. I mean, she can shoot.
She caught my eye
She
last
can
year
pass.
as like you could tell that
Definitely do a
she was
bunch of
still
great
kind of.
things.
You could tell last year she was still kind of raw, and kind of feeling her way into it. But you could see like flashes where you were like, "Whoa!" Like that was pretty special right there. And so yeah, I think she has really turned a corner this year, and product of the system, right?
Agreed.
You know,
Yep.
she's learned the system, and now she's ready to take on a bigger role. Ellie Heathcott was the big scorer tonight. She had 19. Lauren Majorkowicz finished with 13 points, 8 boards, and 7 steals. So they will take on Northwood next. And I did have, here it is.
Congrats, ladies. All three of those ladies. Terrific.
I had the report from last time they played Northwood from Katie Lee Floyd. JP2 put up a great first half. They were within single digits for most of the half. Turnovers and fatigue got the best of us, and it ended up 73-45. Ellie had 17 points and 5 rebounds in that. Savannah Washington, 13 points and 8 boards. So some different names coming up big now. So perhaps it'll be a different story when they meet again on Thursday night. So, the Special Olympics basketball team has great chemistry. I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Indeed.
And so does the Special Olympics bowling team of Jeff
Yes.
Riley and Nick Montford that will be heading out to Reno in a couple of weeks for the national championships. But all right, guys. Well, we got through all the big news of the day, so we'll shout out some sponsors and we'll get to our parting thoughts and call it a night. We've got Hudson Seafood House on the docks back in the Loco Booster Club, and a great place for seafood sunsets and cocktails on Hilton Head Island. They're the presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, and the guys are wanting to go at 7:00 tomorrow, but Wes and I both have things going on, so probably going to be 8:00 tomorrow. It looks like.
Depends on how long or short that it's a midweek game against Erskine. Probably good.
Yeah.
First team to 15 runs probably wins that game. I would probably go on at least 3.5 hours. So.
Yeah, all bets are off. But we're going to try to get Under the Bus out tomorrow night without cutting in too much into Curry's basketball viewing window. But also, Twinge and Twombly, our personal injury attorney friends over in Beaufort. They got a rare name, but they provide remarkable service at Twinge and Twombly. And HHI Windows and Doors, our friend Coach Barron from Hilton Head Prep hung up the whistle, and now he's focused on a new kind of screens, improving your view of the Loco at HHI Windows and Doors. Reverend's Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind. And we had a new episode last night to shout out all the state champs and all state wrestlers from the Loco. 9 state champs, 25 all state wrestlers from the Loco coverage area. So good stuff. 5 champs from May River, and they are the traditional state champs for the second year in a row. And Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. So that brings us to our parting thoughts. Marcus Walsh, lead us off.
Have the Guardians spring training report, boys.
Okay.
4 games in, 4-0, and yesterday, courtesy of Zach Meisel of The Athletic, the Guardians signed Reese Hoskins to a 1-year, $1.5 million deal. And
I 2 years ago.
Really, yeah, no kidding. I really like the move because as long as he stays healthy, and he had a great first half with Milwaukee last year before injuries crept up, he's a guy that I could envision hitting, 20 home runs, possibly 80 to 100 RBIs, maybe a 250, 260 hitter. I'll take that in a heartbeat, especially with the ability to mash left-handed pitching. Who knows when the last time the Cleveland Guardians / Indians were able to do that? It's been that long.
Yeah.
And I really think it's a great signing. He's only 32 years old, so he's got, a good few more years left in him, as long as the injury bug doesn't creep up too much. And he can play the outfield a little bit. He can play first base. He can DH. He can be the guy that comes in the bottom of the ninth when you're down 3 with a couple of runners on and hit a jack out to right. He essentially is going to be the Josh Naylor of this team. As long the Josh Naylor, you mentioned donkey. You talked about Travis Hafner, Pronk
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
project, part
Jim
donkey.
Tomey.
Thank you
Jim
very much,
Tomey,
Phil Selby,
Donkey.
Jim Tomey, all those
Big
kind of
Jim.
guys. He's
Donkey.
going to be it,
Donkey.
and
Donkey.
and
Look at this
I'm happy to
donkey.
have him
Big
as a
Forrest
boy,
fan.
Tucker.
Forrest, my
Watching from the
man.
WBTV newsroom.
What's up,
Tucker
Forrest?
checking
What's up, my
in. What's
man?
up, buddy?
How's it
Big
going?
dog.
Awesome stuff. Former
Love
W.
what
Big
you're doing
guy.
there in Charlotte, my man. Keep up the good
Yeah,
work.
dude,
Indeed.
doing some big shit,
Good
big
stuff.
stuff
He's-
with WBTV.
He's
Marcus
out
building a
covering
narrative
the
like a
traffic.
kid at Legoland.
Yes.
That's right, Kev. You know it.
So you're
So
excited
yeah,
about the
I'm
Guardians.
really excited about
Yeah, right.
that signing and what the guards can do so far. They've been pitching well. They've been playing good defense, and they've been raking. So
Yeah, that's
let's go.
Listen,
Oh, it's
And
cool.
by the way, they open up the season against your Chicago Cubs. Actually, they open the season out west.
Ooh,
Their
nice
home
World
opener
Series
April 3rd
rematch.
against your Chicago Cubs.
Yeah,
Really?
Yes.
I feel like there's a little bit
That's
of a
corner of
rivalry there
Carnegie and
between
Ontario.
Cleveland and Chicago.
Well, I
to
mean,
be honest.
we did take a World Series from them, which
Yes, you did.
if it was the Cubs winning the World Series that tore the fabric of the universe or whatever, I'm so
Well-
sorry that I rooted for that. But I was informed the other day that it was not actually that. I thought it was for sure, and I was feeling a lot of guilt. But I was
Well,
told that it was
my,
actually 2 years earlier when Harambe died.
well, actually, I think of Back to
years
the
earlier.
Future, which predicted it was a year off and predicting when the Cubs would win the World
Yeah,
Series.
which was
in 2015,
crazy.
And it was a
But
year.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out where we got off the timeline, but somebody said it was Harambe's death, and I think that might be right.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
probably
that was
that's
so long
that's it right
ago.
there, yeah.
So, it feels
2012.
like forever.
No, Harambe
That
was
was when-
16. Harambe was 16.
Oh, he was?
Was it 16?
Oh, but he was he slightly before the
It must
I
have been
remember he
Cubs
before
died
won
in
the
summer
World
that summer. I don't remember what happened before that, but that was the
Harambe.
big
Yeah,
thing.
May 28th, 2016,
Yep.
which
was when-
was
Yeah.
months before the Cubs
Yep.
won the
Was-
World
yes.
Series.
Yeah.
That was in November, which so Harambe, I think it was Harambe. Well, then I guess Harambe's death is responsible for the Cubs winning the World Series.
Sure.
Like the Cubs might not have won the World Series in the real timeline, but they did in this one we're stuck in.
Oh my god.
This one's
All right.
terrible, by the way. We're gonna go on so many adventures, Morty. All right, Max. Parting thoughts.
This is this thing.
Oh
Oh,
god.
my.
Well, I guess I'll start off. Obviously, I think a lot of people saw over the a lot of stuff took place over the weekend. Obviously, we had USCB softball and baseball. USCB softball, absolute tear through the weekend. I believe it was 30, 36, 37 runs through, I believe it was 3 or 4 games over the weekend. I think it was 3 games. 3 games? No, 4 games. 4
Oh, they
games.
played
They
4?
played two on Friday, 1 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. So 37 games, 37 runs through 4 games. Pretty impressive for USCB. Great win over UNC Pembroke, who's a very solid program. They won 10-2 on Friday. And what was really impressive by them, UNC Pembroke came in with only 1 loss so far on the season, and they had played some pretty tough opponents. So pretty impressive.
Catherine Conway
for
went 4
UNC.
for 4 in that game, drove in 2, and then
Madison-
Chloe Turner.
By the way, Madison Murphy
Nice.
got what was it? Softball Player of the Week, I think it was. Or
Let's see.
P12 Conference
P12
Player of the Week.
Conference Player of the
something like that. I did see that today. I'm trying to think what it was,
You're probably right. I haven't checked.
and she was
um,
fantastic. By
yeah.
the way, absolutely.
Let's see. Players of the week for
Mind-blowing.
Yeah,
February 23rd.
Pitcher of the week.
Pitcher of the
Madison
week is
Murphy.
Yeah.
indeed Madison
congrats.
Murphy. Madison
Yeah,
Murphy
congrats.
with a
congrats,
In
tremendous week.
addition, outstanding field athlete of the week was Samuel Mitchell from USCB.
Yeah. No, I think was it
Yeah.
of the week? I think it was the year.
Of the year, outstanding
Year.
field
Of the
athlete
year.
of the year from
Year.
the Peach Belt indoor championships. They also had 5 athletes. Sorry, not all of those are from USCB. Never mind.
Yeah, a lot of great.
Aiden
moments
O'Neill
there.
and Maggie Olson were named to the all sportsmanship team.
Awesome.
Nice.
This is
Yeah.
all coming from
Maggie also
Instagram
a doctor there.
stories.
Yeah, Peach Bowl conference
Yeah.
stories and stuff like that. Anyway, apart from that, obviously some sad news. Obviously, we saw Eric Dane pass away. For those of you who don't know, big time star
McSteamy.
in the shows Euphoria, and of course, one of my favorite shows, Grey's Anatomy, because my sister got me hooked onto it, and now I can't stop watching it. And so it was really hard to see it. Obviously, he had been battling ALS, which, for those who don't know, is a disease that has no cure. And so basically, when you get the diagnosis,
Lou Gehrig's
unfortunately,
disease.
it's more or less a death sentence,
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
and it's a really
Yeah.
terrible disease. Obviously, we call it Lou Gehrig's disease because the great baseball legend Lou Gehrig obviously had the disease, and of course passed away from it. And so much research on ALS has been done over the years, and it's just difficult to think that still to this day there is no cure for a disease that unfortunately is different in every person who ends up getting it. So it's very difficult to find a cure for something like that. But nonetheless, he fought really hard for the research of ALS during his time with the diagnosis, just under a year since he had been diagnosed. So a very short time since his diagnosis was made public. And believe it or not, the day he died, 20 years ago to that day, that he made his premiere on Grey's Anatomy, was the day that he died. So very, very, very sad.
Tragic.
And I encourage anyone who has the heart to get through the episode. An episode came out on Netflix called Eric Dane's Final Words. I encourage everyone to watch it. It's very heartbreaking, and you will probably cry through it. But it is very special. The other thing I saw it as I was coming into work this morning, came across my ESPN feed, and I was just like, "What?" And I had to look at it. Obviously, we remembered the terrible injury Lindsey Vonn had at the Olympics. It was much worse than I think we actually imagined it could be. Obviously, she had, I believe it's now 5 surgeries on that leg. And if you've seen the x-rays, there is screws throughout the entire body, the entire leg, just everywhere.
Man.
Turns out, according to Lindsey Vonn, had those surgeries had not been successful, apparently there was the unfortunate option of, if the surgeries didn't go well, her leg would have been amputated. So yeah, really
for those
scary, really scary thought for
the doctors.
anyone. And I gotta say, I gotta give her credit though. I mean, she was in her 40s, she had a ruptured ACL, and she tried to go for it.
Props to those healthcare workers and doctors and everyone.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I mean, and she had to fly back to the United States for more surgeries. She had to fly from Italy back to the United States for more surgeries on that leg, and it's heartbreaking, but also you gotta give her credit for her determination and her perseverance through all of it. Through the ACL rupture, that basically is an ACL that's been wiped off clean off the bone, and the rest of the knee, and to getting a serious injury at the Olympics on what could have been a medal-winning run, because she was actually in the green zone as she was coming down that first part of the course, and she could have kept it going had her, had she not gotten caught on a flag, and unfortunately, pretty much career over, ending kind of disaster, and not the way you want your career to go out, but you got to give her credit for what she did. But that's a scary thing to think, that if one of those 5 surgeries she had did not go well, there was a chance that her leg could have been amputated. It's just a scary thought. But I mean, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. Obviously, the United States men's hockey team winning gold over Canada in an absolutely historic fashion. And then, of course,
I love the photo of Jack Hughes biting the gold medal with his teeth missing blood.
It was that day in 1980 when the
36 years ago to the day.
So even more of a historic moment for the United States to win their second ever gold medal.
Yeah, but
third ever gold medal.
Let's don't get it confused. This was not like.
Yeah, I mean, this is professional
No,
players
no, I'm not
versus a
saying
group
that.
of college
I'm
kids. I
not
mean,
saying that.
No,
but
I'm just
yeah,
making sure
but
that
just because
especially
it's
the
the anniversary,
youngsters understand
right?
historically
no.
this was not the
Well,
same type of deal.
we're talking
In
about a United
1980,
States
it was
team.
amateurs
Well,
Yeah.
against the
No, that's
Soviet
exactly,
powerhouse.
Soviet-
that's where I
yeah,
was
I
going
mean,
to go with
they're-
it. We are talking about a USA team this year full of NHL players, basically.
Right.
And compared to a team
Different.
of college players that had basically 2 months
Even
to be able to find the chemistry to work together
Yeah.
to win a gold medal.
was
But
amazing.
even so, Canada was certainly the favorite in this.
Oh,
in this
100%.
deal.
Oh, yeah.
It was a while.
By
you
far.
have
The
Connor,
U.S.
Connor
senior
McDavid on the
team.
team and Sidney Crosby. I mean,
Crosby
you can't.
didn't play, but McDavid and McKinnon both they all played.
Yeah.
But Canada outshot the U.S. 42-28. But it was Connor Hellebuck, the USA goalie,
Yes.
who was the hero in that stick save.
Standing on his head.
Oh my, that was incredible.
But I mean, you know, my favorite thing is watching 3-on-3 hockey in overtime. I feel like that's the best thing ever. I enjoy it. I think it's
I
fun.
heard a proposal that I liked earlier today.
I think you should go straight
on
to
the Kornheiser
shootouts, if I'm being
show.
honest.
No. Straight to shootouts is the opposite direction you need to go.
Oh, boy.
That's a cheap way to end it. But
I
the
agree,
proposal
JJ.
that I heard that I thought
Sure.
was the best I've heard was play a 20-minute overtime of 5-on-5, and if it's still tied, then go to 3-on-3. And
thought that's
I
what they
think
did
I'm in favor of that. No, they go straight to 3-on-3 when
Do
they
they
go to
not do that in the
overtime.
NHL? I thought they start on 5-on-5 and then
NHL
move to
in the
3-on-3.
playoffs.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, it's
Oh, in the
5-on-5
playoffs.
until
Yeah,
somebody
that's right.
scores. You can play
Yes.
3, 4, 5 overtimes. Many
And I actually think it should
Justin,
be
I agree
played
with you on that one.
5-on-5 until
Yeah.
somebody scores. But if you want to have a middle ground, let's play one 20-minute period.
I
If
think
it's
they
still
should do
tied, we'll go
that.
3-on-3.
I kind of agree with you on that one, Justin, because I think for the Olympics, at least in the
Yeah.
quarters, semis, and finals.
But I also don't think you should have penalty kick
Well-
shootouts in the freaking World
Well,
Cup.
I think just for the gold
Yeah.
medal game, because I mean, it's obviously you play a ton of games in a short time. so it
Yeah,
makes
maybe
sense to
just
do
for the
it.
gold medal game. Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
think
that's the
that's-
answer. I like that, Wes.
So obviously the Olympics wrapped up on Sunday. Great total performance for the United States. Pulling up the final medal table here.
it's a
Yeah,
medal
Norway
ever.
dominated with 18 goals, but the U.S. was
Lord.
second with 12 golds and 33 total medals in all
Which, by
for
the
the
way,
United States.
By the way, Wes, those 33 medals is the most the United States has ever had at a Winter Olympics.
Yep.
So hats off to
Awesome
them on
stuff.
that.
Yeah, hats off
Seems
to the
pretty
United
cool.
States Olympic team, especially the women who won a large
Yeah, women
percentage.
carried. Yeah, they
a large
carried.
They did
percentage
carry.
of those gold medals were won by women. So
How about the United States women's hockey team, man?
what a run they had!
Hell yeah.
They were unbelievable.
Incredible.
See, I think that hockey should count for more than one medal
Sure.
because, like, you can win like 6 medals just in freaking speed skating, 6, 8
That's
medals to just different distances of the same
how
damn
many-
thing.
How
So,
many medals would
Why
count
doesn't
for
hockey get
boxing?
more medals? Like, how many people are on the team? Give them all one. They all get a gold medal. Then we get that many
Then
gold
let's-
medals.
32 gold medals.
The count should be how many freaking gold medals we take home. Like that should be what the count is.
I don't
That should
hate
be
it.
the count.
Yeah.
The medal count should be how many are you taking out of here with you? Like out of
32
Italy.
per
But,
team,
and
that
you're
gets
going
you
back to the
64
USA.
gold
But,
medals for the United States.
But with the Olympics in rearview mirror, we can look ahead to the next big international competition, which is the World Baseball Classic,
Heck
which,
yeah.
which gets going early
Let's
March.
just
And
pray nobody gets injured.
taking
Oh,
a
yeah,
look
honestly.
at taking a look at this U.S. team, of course, you got Clayton Kershaw and his final swan song.
Yeah.
You got
He actually playing. Wow.
You got Paul
Yeah,
Skeens, Tarek
I like it.
Skubal on the mound,
Oh,
probably two of the
Skeens.
best pitchers and the two best pitchers in baseball right now.
Yeah.
You have Alex Bregman, who is the new Chicago Cub.
There is one person that's missing from that roster that I think
That's
we
good
all
to
can
see,
agree
yes.
probably should be missing from the roster. Mike Trout is missing from that
Yeah.
roster, by the way.
Is he
Mhm.
hurt?
You
He's
also
usually
got
hurt.
Kyle
He's
Riley,
not hurt. He's
I'm
just
not
not
Aaron
playing.
Judge, Bryce
Mm.
Harper, Gunnar Henderson,
Well, I mean, he struck out to end the last one.
Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, I guess Mike Trout's
Kyle
probably getting ready
Schwarber.
for the Angels to have a last place finish this year.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
guess that's what he's preparing
Kyle
for.
Schwarber.
Schwarbs.
Yeah.
You got
He
Schwarbs
needs
on there.
to get
Let's
out of
go.
Schwarber
there.
is awesome. He always performs in in the big
Love
postseason.
Schwarber.
Like
Heck yeah.
I
He's
hate
awesome.
the Phillies with a burning passion, but I do love Kyle Schwarber, man.
I'm so sad ever
He is
since
a
the day
baller.
the Cubs
Mhm.
let Schwarber go.
Let him
man.
go.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
I
Because I
love
think
that
he
man.
has played just as good, if not better, in Philadelphia than he did in
Oh,
Chicago.
hell yeah. He's an animal, bro.
Yeah.
Dude's
He's
a
so good.
ridiculous player.
He's an animal.
Aaron Judge,
Yeah,
obviously,
I'm
on
hype
that team as
about
well.
World Baseball Classic for sure. As I mentioned, we had our softball scrimmage tonight against Hilton Head
Yeah.
Prep. We got another JV scrimmage in McCracken tomorrow, and then HHCA coming to us for varsity scrimmage Wednesday.
Ooh, yes.
And then Thursday, we got the season opener doubleheader, North District Middle School against our JV and Hampton County against the varsity. So it's a
Nice.
Hampton versus Jasper showdown. And then
Ooh, I like that.
Saturday, we got a 3-team round robin where we're going to
Oh.
play St. John's High School at 11, and then they're going to play Thomas Hayward at 1, and then we're going to play Thomas Hayward at 3.
Hmm.
So
Nice.
we're doing it up big. I don't know who made this schedule, but we are busy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think y'all
Yes.
are more busier than the baseball team is right now. From what
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
well,
on
they
the
just-
schedule.
Well, I guess we only had one practice too, but they just kind of started getting their
Yeah.
guys because basketball just finished, and I had them at least for
I
a couple days
expect-
last week.
And I'm not coaching Hardyville baseball this year. I'm not going to be one of the coaches this year, but I expect them to have a solid season because they have a lot of players returning from last year. So
Yeah.
it should be
Well,
fun to
Obviously,
watch.
got some big shoes to fill. Like behind the plate's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, it's gonna
Trent-
be. It's gonna
Trent
be
carried a lot of
interesting
weight back there last year.
replace- Well, and honestly, it might be one of it might have to be one of the Santiago.
It's still a work
brothers
in
behind home
progress.
plate.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still a work in progress, but we'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be hard.
But
It's gonna be hard to not have Stewie behind there.
Misa's boys had a decent debut. They lost 2-1 to JP2. He said they're kind of still coming together, and I think
Yep,
they
bit
even have a
raw.
couple of guys who are still getting their physicals, but he likes where they're headed. But then here's a kind of cool thing that I came across. Jacob Bridgman. I just noticed the other day that he was announced as the speaker for the 30th anniversary Christian Heritage Breakfast ahead of the Heritage. They always have
Wow.
that,
Yeah.
and they always have a
Yeah, yeah.
special speaker.
Yep.
And
That's right.
good news for the Heritage because Jacob Bridgman just broke through and got a win at the Genesis Invitational. So,
Wow.
you always,
Yeah, that's
always
right.
love that.
Fantastic.
Always love that.
Right.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I saw that on Bryson Nimmer's story. He was rooting for Bridgman to get through with that one. So good win for him.
Awesome.
that's going to
And
be
speaking of
Tuesday
Nimmer-
of Heritage
Okay.
Week, by the
Yeah.
way. Lisa Richardson and a bunch of others with FCA will be out there. I've covered that event a few times. I'll check with her to see if she needs me, but we got a whole bunch of stuff going on with news and whatnot with
Yeah.
Robin Zimmerman out and about, so she may be
Yeah.
out and about there again this year.
It
Yeah.
is crazy to
Like
think
you guys
that
know.
I thought that was
Heritage
cool, though.
season's right around the corner.
Absolutely.
It was just
Very
funny
cool.
because I just saw that like a couple days ago. I saw that Jacob Bridgman was going to be the speaker, and then next thing you know, he wins one. I was like, man, that works out good for them.
Yeah,
And then
that
my
works
final
great.
parting thought: I mentioned earlier the Harry factor. This is what I mean. This is Harry's
Revenge.
story.
Amen to
Revenge
that.
game tomorrow at 6 at home. Be there. Theme.
Amen to
blackout.
that, brother.
It's
Amen.
giving you good vibes, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
You don't
giving
want to
me
miss this one.
fantastic
Yep.
vibs.
You don't want to miss this
I
one.
love that
Six.
spin on it
Should've been.
because that's exactly what it is. A chance to get some redemption from last year. And I think Carey's a better player, more experienced player than he was a year ago. in my opinion.
And that's saying something because he's been a great player for a
For
sure. Yeah.
long,
Yes.
long
He's
time.
had some signature moments. We have one more. We'll have
No
to see.
doubt. No doubt.
Right.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
boys. Well, good
Kev-
stuff tonight. You're all
Kevin's
caught
gonna be
up
still
and
going in the comments.
I know he's still going. We got you all caught up, and we're just gonna let him go. Let him do his thing.
going, bro.
He don't mean no harm. But boys, good show. We got everybody caught up, and we went on a bunch of side tangents, and now you know how I feel
Great
about the fabric of time in the universe and multiple timelines. But if you have any insight into that, please hit me up. I'd like to talk about that with you. I also think there are NPCs among us. If you want to get into
CIA.
it.
Anyone from the CIA, please let us know.
I've seen a couple of them at the K Roger. I'm just saying, like there's NPCs at the K Roger. There's no doubt about it. But we'll be back, I guess, tomorrow night because we got some more big games to talk about tomorrow night.
USD baseball come through with a
I
much
hope-
needed win.
I'm hoping the Bluffton game's going to be on Buford Tone.
Likely, I think
I
it
can
would
tell
be,
you.
but
I would think so, but I
I
don't
would
know.
think
Yeah,
he was
I
there the
yes.
other day. So
Yes,
I'd say most
it
likely.
will be on
Okay,
Buford
good.
Stone.
Yeah,
Whew.
I'd be surprised if he wasn't. But
Then I'd have to be watching the group chat to see what's going on with the game while I'm sitting
Yeah.
in Buford trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, thank the Lord. Thank
Yep.
you.
All right, boys.
under the bus as well.
Yes,
coming up
thank
tomorrow.
you, Javon Livingston. We do appreciate you.
And under the
what
bus
you do
coming
to
up
get
tomorrow
those
as
games on
well.
the air. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Time TBD, as early as possible, basically.
Yep.
So stay on the lookout tomorrow evening. But you'll probably be watching it later after the Bluffton game. So
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
no worries. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors, and thanks to you fellas. Great wingmen, Marcus Walsh, Max Araj, and Wes Kerr. I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.